if you have a second, I want to record with you a pre-recording in case any of this goes on YouTube. 'Cause I don't know if it
Okay.
will or not, but it's just easier to have it.
Okay. Okay.
We just recorded something, and here is some of the highlights type deal. Okay, can you do that?
Okay. Yep.
Hi, Richie.
Hi, Sin.
Is there anything you want to tell us?
Sin is making me record an intro. Send help.
And what is the intro for?
The intro is for discussion Sin wanted to have about cooking and ended up being about how if Sin is left unsupervised, she is a danger to herself and others.
Oh no!
Yeah, you can think of it as a sequel to the Injuries podcast.
Oh my god!
That demonstrates she has in no way learned anything.
Yeah.
She just continues to behave in an extremely dangerous way. That it's like something from like a slapstick comedy thing.
Okay, that's not the intro I asked you to make, Richie.
It's the intro we deserve.
And, well, we talked about some other things too, which were cool.
Name one.
We learned about Russian salad.
Okay, Google Russian salad. You don't need to listen to this now.
Oh, damn. Okay, and the full episode will be on the Amambit here on Patreon, and I'll put some highlights here on YouTube.
Those highlights. Zencaster was a mistake. Because it means you just never have to stop recording.
Actually, I mean, you're not wrong.
I know. Oh, dear. What was this podcast supposed to be about?
Oh, right. Okay, so...
Yeah.
So I'm home alone now, right? And this is supposed to be about cooking. Because my boyfriend usually cooks.
Okay, yep.
What? Yes, continue, Richie. What?
Because it was like, I'm worried about being at home because there's all of this, like, true crime shit and people being murdered. Anyway, this episode is about cooking.
Yeah, because usually my boyfriend cooks more than me because he likes it more, and he's really into, like, cooking gadgets. Like, we have a bunch of cooking gadgets, and one of them, oh my god, the most amazing thing, it's what do you call it? The thing that cuts, like
a mixer.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, like is that what you call it?
I don't know because I don't know what you're talking about.
It's just like, it's like you shove a carrot in it and it's gonna make like
a blender.
A blend. Yeah, kind of like a blender, I guess. But what it does is it makes cubes. Richie, it makes cubes. Okay. I did not believe it when my boyfriend told me. I was like, you're lying. You're misunderstanding this. He's like, no, look at it. And I was like, this is an infomercial. They're lying to you. But then
is
he got it.
Is this an infomercial? Are they sponsoring the podcast and you haven't told me?
I wish, man. No, but then we got it, and it does make cubes, and I was like, oh my god, how? Anyway, so my boyfriend cooks because he likes it. He likes the gadgets, and he's much better than I am.
He does the cooking, you do the eating.
Yeah,
it's the perfect relationship.
Exactly. And so before he left, he was like, do you want to go grocery shopping? Should we get you some food? I was like, nah, I'm sure there's something in the fridge, because I was like too lazy to go.
Did you say that exact cadence? Nah, there's something in the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
And he was like, okay. He was a little worried because, like, my family worries for me when I'm alone for some reason.
For some reason, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, all right. But, if you need something, just go. Like, don't be shy. Go by yourself. And I'm like, okay. Because the store is, like, literally, like, I don't know, 6 minutes away by walking. Like, it's right there.
Right. Right.
And so yesterday I was looking for stuff to cook, and they were like, "Oh crap, there's nothing in the fridge. I should have really listened to my boyfriend." But then I found something in the freezer.
Right.
It was like frozen vegetables, you know,
Right.
but it looked like they've been there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know, like I was like, I wonder if frozen vegetables can go bad. I guess not. They seemed okay, but I can tell you something that you probably did not know before.
Go on.
Frozen vegetables can get burned.
What did you do?
I just cooked them, and like the first batch just ended up burned, but it's okay. This was like a Costco bag. So
Uh-huh.
attempt two went a little better.
Right.
But then I'm like, I can't just eat frozen vegetables. I want some like protein with it. But since I didn't plan ahead, you
Uh,
know how when you have like chicken that's like semi unfrozen?
where is this going? I'm really worried now.
And then you know how when you want to cook that chicken and you're like, okay, I'm going to cut it in small pieces so you can like cook it and it's going to be fine, even though it's semi unfrozen? But then you can't find the cutting board. And so then you're like, you know what I'll do is I'll just put the pan with the oil on the stove. I'll take the kitchen scissors and I'll just cut the chicken directly into the oil with the scissors, the little pieces.
Okay. You know how you think this. You know how you do it as if this. It's not how you should do it. This is. I don't even cook chicken, and I know this is a terrible idea.
It was kind of yeah, because the oil goes everywhere, but then the chicken, because it's like semi-frozen, it slips out of your hands and then falls in the pot. So you got to be like, oh, I got to pick it up without burning my fingers.
Why did you do this?
Because I was hungry and I didn't want to go to the store because it's 6 minutes
Can
away.
we rewind slightly? Because before this happened, you said, for some reason, my family worries about me when I'm alone. Anyway, here's how I managed to cut and burn myself.
But I think I did everything okay. I didn't actually like. It's just like little, yeah, whatever, little oil that gets on you. That's normal. That's just part of life, you know. When you cook, like little sparks of oil, it's okay. It's normal.
You're saying this in a way that you want me to, like, reassure you.
No, I'm just telling you. I'm reassuring you.
I'm just nodding while frantically pressing a red button under my desk.
But then, okay, then I will admit I did something that wasn't the smartest. Um, so I saw some like a little bit of water in the kitchen floor, and I was like, oh, I'll just wipe it with my foot, right?
Oh my.
But then turned out it was oil. Like it wasn't hot or anything. But now I'm like, oh crap, I have some oil on the floor. I have some oil on my foot. Like I should probably not step on the foot because I'll slip and fall. So I had to like hop to the bathroom and just like go to like the tub and just wash the oil on my foot. But then you know how I told you like I have a problem with like one of my ears now, which will eventually go away, but it's like it reduces my hearing, right? So anyway, at some point I noticed that the water in the kitchen sink was on, but I didn't hear it. And so I get there and I'm like it was okay though. Nothing happened because it was only like half full, so I turned it off in time. Remember, like that time Reborn taught Tsuna how to defend himself by tying him up underneath a waterfall and then throwing giant rubber ducks at him?
Do you think it would be better if Reborn taught, like, basic cooking safety?
I don't know, maybe. Oh, and today I was like, I wanted to give myself like a little pedicure, right? And then I
Right.
accidentally cut my little toe.
This is horrifying.
You know how if you cut your little toe, even a little cut, it just like bleeds a lot? So I had to like walk around and like
What were you doing? Were you cutting your nails or what?
like cutting my
Okay.
nails and pedicure.
Okay.
It was supposed to be cute and relaxing, but then I cut my pinky, like the little one on the right foot. But then when you
Yep.
cut it a lot of blood comes out. So it's like shit, there's blood, and then I had to like walk around. But then I'm walking around to find a towel, but then like I leave a trail of blood behind me, and it's just like,
What's going on? How long has he been gone for?
yeah, my boyfriend has been gone since Wednesday afternoon.
Okay, it's now Friday night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it took about 48 hours for everything to collapse. How long is he going to be gone for? Because I'm starting to worry that we're going to have to send someone by.
He'll be back Tuesday. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, like 3.5 days.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're going to have to give me like his mobile in case I don't hear from you again.
But you know what? Like, legit though, if something happens while he's away and like something happens to me, and then like he calls the cops and the cops arrive and then they look around and they see like a trail of blood and just like, he's gonna be in trouble.
Well, no, but it's a good. But we've discussed this, so we have it on record exactly what happened.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so what's happened is, like, you started off talking about, oh, I watch a lot of, like, true crime and I worry about being on my own as, like, a woman by herself. And I'm thinking, you're going to worry that, like, there's going to be a maniac who's going to find you. What you're actually worried about is that you are such a danger to yourself that you will just somehow, like, end up seriously injuring yourself just going about your daily routine. By, like, cutting frozen meat directly into a pan of oil. I think the most worrying thing I've heard is there was some water on the kitchen floor. I thought I would wipe it with my foot. Which is just Jesus Christ.
I didn't see it that way though, Richie. I was thinking more like, oh, you know, it's a little scary because you're alone, and it's just like, oh, you gotta be careful. Yeah. What about you? How do you handle being on your own when you're on your own?
Well, I don't injure myself.
How? How do you do that? What precautions do you take?
Well, if there's something I'm going to slip over when I stand on it, my response isn't to stand in it immediately. It's to procure perhaps a towel or a broom or a mop or something and clean it up with that.
Okay, Richie, but let me stop you right there.
Of course.
You have a perfectly good foot. Oh my god, you just gave me an idea for the next Runes of Bloodborne race.
Jesus Christ.
Can you guess what it is?
No. What is it? I have no idea.
Your best fire siren voice. Yes, that was perfect. Oh my god, Richie. Not only are you a voice actor, you're a noise actor? What other noises can you do?
I don't know.
Can you do the noise of the wind? Oh, that's so cool.
That happened in class once. It was like I was trapped in an absurdist sketch.
Okay.
There was the teacher. He was the sound guy. This is when I was at film school, and he'd say like, "So when you're outside, this is not a joke thing. He was completely serious. This went for an eternity. He'd be like, so you're outside. You want to be wary of sound. Say there's a light wind. Got to be wary of that. Say the wind's picked up a little. Gotta be wary of that. Heavy wind. Gotta be wary of that. Make sure if a plane's going by, make sure because that sound will get on the recording. If a car goes by, you'll hear a. Gotta make sure that's not on the Atmos track. Sometimes, I remember there was a helicopter, so we're recording, but on the track it's. Gotta be wary of that. Say there's some slightly heavier wind, it'd be like. Be wary of that wind. And we just went on and on and on.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I had been up for about 36 hours while this was going on, and I was just slumped in a chair staring.
Oh my god. That's a really cool film story, Richie.
Well, I don't think so. It's an incredibly boring story. It went for an eternity.
Oh. Did anything else happen in the school?
Well, the last time I talked about school, I think we had to delete parts of it.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, yeah.
There were several things that happened that I don't think I can talk about.
Ooh. Yeah, save that for the tier that doesn't exist yet.
Save that for We've Cleared This with Nick tier.